What's up everyone, Allan Morrow here from AM Studios. Today I just want to show you a quick little insight into how I go about thinking outside the box when it comes to production. You know, a lot of us can spend time doing the exact same techniques and the same things in the studio, and I think it's really important to sort of try new things. So not a lot of tutorials out there sort of show or, you know, teach about this sort of creative side of things when it comes to production. So I decided to set up a series on the website concentrating solely on being creative with samples and stuff like that. There are a few videos on the website now where I look at specifics like bass, acids, and plucks. And today I just want to show you a quick sample of the first video that I put out there. The series is called Thinking Outside the Box, and today I'm just going to show you a quick 20-minute sample of that video, and hopefully this will help you sort of unlock some sort of creativity in the studio. So before I show you the sample, be sure to hit the subscribe and the like button, and thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hi guys, Allan Morrow here, and welcome to the first episode of Thinking Outside of the Box. Thank you all for purchasing this, it really means a lot. Now the reason why I've set up this series is I know exactly how it feels when you're producing music and you become very stale, you're doing the same techniques all the time, you're using the same sounds and everything like that. Now I've set up this series because I want you guys to see how I go about thinking outside of the box. And I'm going to do that by showing you opening up a new project. I'm going to be getting new samples, I'm going to be changing them into atmospheres and just going crazy and just really just being experimental really. Now I speak to a lot of clients who, you know, say, oh, I never even thought of doing that when I'm showing them things, you know, during sessions and stuff like that. So I've wanted to do this and dedicate a series to it. So this should really open your mind up, guys, to new different ways of doing things. So yeah, let's get started. As I say, guys, it's going to be a case of just with every tutorial, I just work away. Some things might go well, some might not, some will get deleted, etc, etc. But that's just how it works in the creative world. You just have to be open-minded and just push forward through them. So yeah, I'm just going to turn the speed of this up a little bit because let's just have a little look here. So right, let's get started. So let's start off with something. So here we go. I'm just going to open up, just start with the sound and we'll go from there really, I guess. Let's go with this. So I'm going to open up my bank, and again, it could just be a case of just looking for a synth sound and manipulating it and trying to change it, because, you know, whether we get loops out of packs or any sort of samples or any sort of presets, it's always nice to be able to just change them and make them your own. So I'm just going to maybe look for a little sound here. Let's have a little look. So got a nice mid bass sound there. Now what I'm just going to try and do is let's just mess around with it really. Here we go. So okay, so it's a little, do everything in A minor. So let's have a little look what we've got here. So we've got that sound. It could be, so the whole point of this is that could be used as a bass sound, obviously, as we know. But what I'm wanting to try and do is let's try and create some sort of atmosphere out of it and take it away from being a bass sound altogether. So let's just take a bit of the low end off. And let's add some crazy sort of delays and stuff. So this is just Logic's delay designer. You can use any sort of plugin that you like for this sort of stuff. You know, anything that's the whole reason why I've opened this is just to find some crazy sort of delays, because you can get some really nice cool effects sometimes from these sort of things. So complex filter, let's just try some of these. And again, guys, all this is just random stuff that I'm doing just so you can see how things work. So let's have a little look. So if I now add on some reverb as well. Let's try a different, this is Logic Space Designer. Again, pretty much the same sort of thing, but this time with reverb rather than your delays. So again, use any plugins you want for this sort of stuff, guys. Just try a different sample. I'm actually just going to try the one hit on this because I feel like I could get a nice atmosphere sound out of it. So again, just one hit. Let's change the length of this one reverb hit. Okay, cool. So I've got one hit there, and just out of that one bass hit, I've now sort of got like a nice atmosphere sort of effect. So let's change the hit totally. Okay, cool. So what I'm actually going to just do now is I'm going to bounce this down. I could actually also turn off the... Oh no, it won't do that if I do it with the bus. If I then send this to a bus, for example, let's say we go to bus 1. Now if I put these on a bus instead, send all of this sound into this bus, so, and then I turn the actual sound off, so now we're just getting the bus sound. But I'll have to turn off the dry. So that's just one hit there that I've sent through. It's a bass sound, sent it through into this channel, into this bus, sorry. Put some delay in it, put some, reverb, a long reverb on there. And I've created this sort of nice, weird sort of texture. And I can now just go through and change these sounds. I can change the delays on them. Let's have a little look. So now if I actually just bounce this down in place. Okay, so now I've got this. So I've taken a bass hit, added that. Let's now just get this and loop it. Let's try looping this. Actually, I'm actually going to have to bounce it actually as an audio file instead, and then bring it in because it's going through to the bus still, and I don't want to do that. I want to create a loop out of it or something like that. So, one sec, sorry. File bounce. Don't want it to loop either, so just get rid of that a second. So. Take off this loop. Let's cut it down. And then if I just bounce this out. Offline, okay. Just call it bass hit reverb. Okay, I'm just going to find that. 1 second, I'm just going to get this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw this sample into here. So I've got this sort of. Now what I could do with this is I could now loop this over and over. So So I've got a nice little sort of cool sort of sound there. Let's see if I want to go even further with this sample. Let's try some phaser on it or something like that, just to sort of... Now let's get some delay on it, for example. Let's try some stereo delay, or some echo actually. And maybe let's try something else. So just gonna bring the volume down of this, guys. So straight away there, I've got this cool sort of atmosphere, sort of sound that could be sitting in the back of your track. Let's just try to take the echo off actually. And then I could have maybe an LFO tool on top of that. Maybe gating it, for example. Let's try adding a bit of reverb on after that, just so it sort of takes away from the staticness of it. Where are we? Reverb. So what you've got there is a nice, nice sounding reverb, nice sound of atmosphere. Now, if I just add this in with, like, let's say a drone, for example, a sub pad. Let's add in a sub pad here. So, 1 second, just new. Sorry, add in this sub pad. Just create this step as well. So let's try that. So taking a bass hit, added a load of delay, reverb to it, bounced it down, and now I'm just looking at finding ways to just create that nice bit of atmosphere from it. So let's just bring this pad along as well. Let's try. Let's add this back on, but I don't think this sound... See, this is just Logic's Fat Effects. It just sort of manipulates the sound a lot. Just flicking through presets and just trying. Let's try one of the other ones we have here. We've got the step effects. This is sort of like a... Let's try this. So you got some nice cool sort of atmosphere sort of sounds there that can run in the back of your track. You could have like a melody playing over the top of that or something. Or it could be used for, say, like an intro to a DJ set. And you know, you've got those sort of cool sort of hits and building it up and you can... So that's got some nice sounds to it. You can maybe take some of the... let's put the echo back on. Sounds quite cool. Okay, cool. So, again, yeah, just taking a sound like that. And I think I'm going to continue on this sort of route and trying different experiments with different sounds. I think what I'll do here as well is I'll just get... So, we've got that sort of sound there. Let's add in... let's try something different. Okay, so let's add... let's try... Again. This channel. I have to keep opening it. stick with this pad underneath. Let's have a little look at the sort of hits and sort of routes we can take to do these sort of things. Okay, so let's just say we had pluck sound. Just going to bring these channels down, guys, so I don't... So these are just pluck sounds. Let's try. Let's bring this down. Actually, I'm going to bring this back and push it further back in the mix so it's more of a background noise. A little look through. Now, in tracks, you might... Let's have a little listen. You might have some plucks in there that you might not want as actual... You know, you can hear the actual, the dry part of the pluck. So let's just have a little look what you can do here. So you can then maybe send it to another bus. Add like a reverb on here of some kind. Where are we? Reverb, Space Designer again. Let's bring this. So bring the wet up on this. And then again, turn off the output on that. So you've got that sort of pluck that's in the background. It's just the reverb of the pluck rather than the actual pluck itself. And that can sometimes sound cool, so change the reverb setting on it, for example. Where are we? So warped effects, move. Change the plucks out. So you've got these sort of nice atmosphere sounds without the actual output on it. So, you know, you might just want the reverb to it. I did that in a recent track of mine where I just did the pluck and just sort of went with that, really. Had the pluck, and it just sat nicely in the background then behind the melody and stuff. So try some other things, see what else there is in here. So that's got the output on it, but if I turn the output off, let's go back to that one. Let's actually try adding some distortion of some kind to the actual bus itself. So let's try distortion. So you got some nice sort of atmospheres there. Let's just try something. Again, if I put these output sounds on, let's try an acid of some kind. Take away some of the low end. So it's going through to that bus. There's distortion on the actual reverb instead now, rather than just on the actual. Let's try a different sound. Change the reverb. Let's add a crazy delay on this as well. Put this back on. Try a different sound. So there you've got a random hit. Let's just try complex filters. Let's try some pitch maybe. So you got and you can just mess around with this sort of delays and stuff and reverb. So let's see what it's sent to. Let's take this distortion off again now. Let's try a different some cool sounds like that. Let's take away some of the low end on it, because if we got some little listen through and see. Okay, so that's a pretty cool sound. Let's try some different delay sounds. So that's just the sample on its own. What else have we got in here? Send it back through to the reverb. This. Okay, so let's try and make a little bit of a loop out of this Acids, for example. Turn the reverb off. Let's try putting the delay back on. Experimenting with some sound. Okay, so what I've done here, I've turned the reverb off for now. It's not actually been sent through to it anyway, so you're getting a sample, adding some crazy delay to it. Let's add some phaser to this as well. I'm actually going to just have it go through to these. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is just going to turn off the actual sample again, the actual output of the sample. The actual sample isn't actually, the dryness of it isn't. Let me just take the dryness off on this. Actually, you can just have the. And then on this channel, with the bus channel, I can again a nice little, some cool sort of movement sounds. These are sort of things you can have in your breakdown. Let's try again. See something like I don't know. Let's try the LFO tool again on this and see. Okay. Okay, so you've got here like these are good for those sort of, your mini breakdowns and stuff in your tech trance sort of style tracks where you want to fill out the space in the background. Let's have a little listen if I put the reverb on as well. So with that reverb on it, so it's basically just a sample from any synth, add a sample or any synth hit, just playing around with it and making it something different. So it's an acid hit, and now we've sort of got this nice movement of a sort of atmosphere in there, and you can obviously So there's another thing that you could actually do.